What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Justin, and I almost just lost this little guy. I don't know if you could tell from the picture, but this knife is very, very tiny, and I'm going to be doing a review on it today. I did a little bit of research on this. Let me take this off of this so it doesn't run away. Did a little bit of research on this guy last night, and I know the maker is Maserin knives. I'm not sure if that's correct, but they're out of Italy. And I'm not positive on the model. I think it's like a 700 series, maybe 706 or something, but I know it's a Maserin produced knife, and for the purposes of the video, I'm just going to call it a Maserin Mini. So as I said, you can see it's very, very small. Has this little ring on it for attachment to keychain or whatever, and it is a non-locking knife. It looks similar to the Buck 110, but it does not have a backlock. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So in terms of blade steel, I gave this guy a score of 4. From what I could find, the blade steel is 420 HC. I'm going to go ahead and put this in his box. And I'm not sure what the heat treatment is, so I gave it a similar review to the Buck 110. Let me pick this up so you can see it better. I gave it a score of 4 though, because I just don't know about the heat treat. I mean, 420 is an okay steel. To be honest, I'll probably never use this knife, but I'm sure that the steel is okay. So I gave it a score of a 4. In terms of the clip, it does not have a clip, but it has this little ring. So I gave that a score of 5. I evaluated the ring as the method for carry. I think it would be pretty easy to carry this. I mean, it's very light, and the key ring's it's a pretty good size. I mean, you can get something pretty substantial through it here. The lady I bought this from actually said she wears these as earrings, so I guess that works too. I'm gonna try to open it for you. There we go. See, just a little guy. So yeah, in terms of clip, I'll just rate the key ring, and I gave it a 5. In terms of lock type, this is a non-locking knife, just like a lot of old style knives, case, GEC, stuff like that. So yeah, it's non-locking. In terms of materials, I gave it a 6. I believe this wood here, or I believe this is wood here, this blue portion of the scale, and then I believe these are brass bolsters, and I'm assuming this is a stainless steel loop. So the materials on it are pretty good. It looks nice, it's classy. So I give the materials a 6. I think it's a fair score. As I said, it's similar to the Buck 110, which I also gave a 6. And then in terms of size, you can see this is a very, very small knife. So I'm not sure if you'll even, you still can see it kind of. I'll move the box out of the way that it came in. So I'll do a size comparison. So here's the Spyderco Manix. It's pretty funny seeing these next to each other here. And then I'll put the Buck 110 below it. So as you can see, this thing is very, very tiny, which, it's kind of the novelty of it. It's just a funny little knife, and it's well made. I mean, but it's just sort of a novelty. I just think it's really cool. I couldn't resist picking it up when I was in Tennessee a couple weeks ago. Which actually, this one came from Kentucky. So yeah, there's your size comparison. In terms of the action, it's actually better than I expected for something so small. It's a little bit stiff, but again, it's you can see the tiny little spring on the back there. Sorry, my fingers are a little dry. You can see the tiny little spring on the back there, and it's a little bit tough to articulate, but not too bad. So in terms of the action, I gave it a 5. I mean, for how small it is, I mean, it's pretty smooth. So hardware on this, I don't even know if it's pinned. It's probably just glued or something. There may be internal pins. But yeah, I gave the hardware a 3 on this. Be a little more difficult to clean in the Buck, not disassemblable. So yeah, I think it's a fair score for that. And then in terms of price, I gave this an 8. I think I paid like 40 bucks for this, but I think that's very fair in terms of price because this is a small knife, but it's well made, well executed. And I can't imagine trying to produce this thing at this level of quality. I mean, I'll close it here so it doesn't poke me. You can see the back is pretty tight. I mean, the scales have a nice fit. The spring has a nice fit. Yeah, everything's just nicely polished. No seams that I can feel. So I gave it a price score of an 8. I think it's well worth the money, and I also gave it a quality score of 8 because it's well made. In terms of competition, I don't really know of any competition this would have, so I can't really offer any insight there. But yeah, just a very unique little knife. The total score on this guy is a 39. I'm gonna update the list. I'll add this to it. But yeah, you know, maybe on your earrings, maybe on your keychain. I actually bought this for Lauren to enjoy, and I just think it's a very cool addition to our collection. So anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't. And we'll do one more size comparison for you, just to you know, keep that image in your head of how small it is. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.